Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin, coming back with another one, man. Listen, y'all already know the Most High done woke us up this morning. Let's take this opportunity to be great, you know what I mean? Because we big blessed, nothing less. So y'all already know we got to say that with our chest, man. You know, the Most High had grace and mercy on us, man. He giving us another shot to get it right. So we got to do just that while we in this fight. You know, but real quick though, man, I just want to tell y'all, don't let nobody take your crown, man. You know, these days we know that it's a lot of low energy people, a lot of low energy things. There's a lot of demons out here, serpent seeds, you know, that just want to take your crown. You know, and I was sitting here reading Revelations, and you know, where Yahushua said in Revelations 3:11, he said, "Behold, I come quickly. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You know what I mean? So understand that Yeshua is coming. And the last thing you want to do is get caught slacking, get caught lacking with your crown off. You know what I mean? And listen, bro, you need that. You need to keep wearing that crown of faith, that crown of love, that crown of courage. You know what I mean? That crown of, discipline. All of those things, man. That's what's on your crown, bro. That crown of faith, if I haven't said that already. But yeah, bro, you need that. You need to have that on when he returns. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things out here that's trying to take it because they don't want you to make it. They don't want you to make it, bruh. They're going to try to pull you into all types of nonsense. You know, they're going to try to pull you down to their level. They're going to try to have you in darkness with the devil. And listen, bruh, if you allow that, next thing you know, they're going to have that shovel, bruh. You're going to get buried in that. You know, you're going to lose your salvation in that, your life in that. You know, you're going to lose everything that you built, your foundation in that. So don't do that. Keep that crown on. You know what I mean? Because people see it. They see it in your change. They see it in your smile. They see it in your eyes. You know, they see it in the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself and dress. Listen, bro, you know, that's why they want you to be less. You know, because they don't like it. They feel some type of way about themselves, and all of a sudden they insecure now. All of a sudden they feel like you a threat and they want to be in competition with you. Listen, bro, we ain't got time for it. You know what I mean? We ain't got time for it. We out here trying to work out our own salvation. You know, we want oil in our lamp. We trying to get oil in our lamp because we want Yahushua to see us when he come back. You know, and it's just like he said, behold, I come quickly. Nobody know the time of the day. All we know is that it's a real energy shift that's going on, and we got to prepare. You know, that's why we over here. That's why we in this truth. That's why we in this journey. That's why we on this journey. That's why we making real changes out here, because we know that he coming. We know that there's things happening in this world that, listen, if you're not prepared right now, listen, you ain't gonna be ready. And, you know, I'd rather stay ready than have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when you think about Ezekiel 38:7, it says, be prepared. Prepare for yourself, you and all of your company that has been assembled unto you. You know, so we got families, we got kids. Listen, bruh, we trying to get our health right and all of that because we know that it's a fight coming. We could feel it in our spirit. You know, we could feel it in our spirit. So understand that the Most High and his Son ain't gonna try to hear it if you didn't choose to heed the warning signs. You know, it's been in this book, but people don't want to study. You know, it's been in their spirit, but people don't want to hearken to it. It's been in their mind, but instead they allowed the distractions out here to take up their time, bro. You know, so we can't allow that, bro. We didn't let enough of this world take up our time. That's what everything. That's what they want to do. You know, that's what we just talked about. They want to distract you. They don't want you to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to have faith. They don't want you to have your crown on. They want you indulging in all of these things that's going to make you quick and easy to get rid of, quick and easy to comply, quick and easy to lead you off that cliff. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. They want to make easy work out of you. You know, but understand, bro, when we on that broad path, that's exactly what happens. We allow them to make easy work out of us, easy pickings. You know what I'm saying? Easy pickings. And when you got this melanated skin, when you in this truth, you know what I mean? When you a Gentile grafted in, listen, bro, they already know that you're going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? They want you, and that's why they try to pull you in sin, try to pull you off this path, because they know that we are with the Most High. They know that we walk with Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? And listen, bro, we know that they know that we've been preparing. You know what I'm saying? So listen, bro, that's why they want to try to have you in fear, try to have you sucked into, you know, this matrix and all of the things that they got going on. Why you think they working so hard to try to pull you out, bro? You know what I'm saying? They trying to trigger us in any type of way to get us, to pull us out on the street, have us out there protesting. And listen, bro, that ain't gonna do nothing for you. They just trying to pull you out so they could take advantage of you while you out there, because you're gonna be out there in that crowd. You know, you're gonna be out there not really paying attention. You're gonna be out there to where it's gonna make you easy pickings, to where they can do whatever it is because you chose to leave that hedge that the Most High had over you and go out into that world. You know, that's exactly what you do when you go out there voting, when you're going out there protesting, when you allow them to pull at your heartstrings and stuff like that, you know. But when you in this truth, you know it ain't good. You know, you see what they trying to do because you got them spiritual lenses on. You know, and that's what they do. They want to try to trigger your emotions. Why you think we had to get on this journey and get a hold of that? Because what we recognize with ourselves is that as soon as we allow our emotions to get involved, we make a knee-jerk decision. And a lot of the times, bro, when we go off our feelings and we make a knee-jerk decision, it's never the right one. But when you with the Most High, He gives you wisdom. You're going to think. And a matter of fact, when you have that Holy Spirit in you, you're going to see these things coming a mile away. And that's what we see with everything that they doing, everything that they unrolling, everything that they pulling out, because it was talked about in this Bible. You know, it was talked about in this word, and the Most High is warning you. You could feel those warning signs, you know, telling you to get right, you know, telling you that His Son is coming, telling you to get into this truth, get into this word and study up so you could know what's to happen. You know what I'm saying? And you could have your faith in order. You know what I'm saying? When they get cracking, because you know it's about to get cracking, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you want to have that crown on when Yeshua come, bro. Don't let nobody take your crown, because that's what they going to try to do, bro. That's what they going to try to do when they trying to, you know, spread rumors about you, when they trying to, you know, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, just when they try to do anything out here, bro. We done talked about it before, bro. They try, these mugs out here, bro, when they on that dark side, they will do anything to pull you over there with them. You know what I'm saying? So it really ain't no bounds with them, because they roll with the adversary. You know, who else time is almost up? The adversary know his time is almost up. So he's trying to collect as many bodies as he can, bro. You know, so of course he gonna send his serpent seeds, his demons, all of that stuff, bro. A lot of y'all already feel the heat getting turned up. Y'all feel it in them urges. You know, y'all feel it getting harder and harder, bro. With everything that you do, you feeling like, yo, the time, you feeling like, yo, like, why do I feel like this? You know what I'm saying? Why everything gotta seem like a struggle? Why am I so much in my head? You know what I'm saying? That's because, listen, bro, things is getting ready to change out here. You know, we getting closer to the end. So the last thing you want to do is be in sin. The last thing you want to do is be turning away. Because a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people turning away from the Most High. You know, a lot of people think it's easier to go back on that broad path and just not know. Just not know. Like, man, I just rather not know. You ever hear some people say that? Like, man, I was good over here. I don't even want to know the truth. A lot of people don't even want to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I ain't got no beautiful lies to tell you. This is the truth. You know, time is running out. You know, so we need to get right and stay right. in this fight. Keep going, bro. Keep going, man. Listen, I understand that things is getting hard, bro. It's getting very hard. For me, I done had a breakdown recently. If we could keep it honest, I done had a breakdown recently, man, because I've been struggling so much on this journey. I had a breakdown recently because I've been struggling so much in my faith. I had a breakdown recently because I was struggling so much in my spirit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And things just came to a head to where, I was just tired of it, man, and I broke down worse than that time I broke down about when I was going through it with the alcohol back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, bruh, like in that moment, because it happened here, listen, I heard Yahuwah's voice clearer than I ever heard it, where he said, my son, hold on. And then I lost it even more because I had to sit down after that, because that just, that was just an experience that's unexplainable. When I heard his voice tell me, my son, hold on. And I had to give y'all this testimony, man, because it's real. He is real. His judgment is real. His son is real, and he is coming. And the Most High told me to hold on while I was breaking down, while I was losing it in this room the other day, bro. And it was like I couldn't even stop crying. Bro. But when I heard his voice, man, I had to sit down. I was, my breathing became hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been struggling, man. But understand, bro. That just lets you know that the time is getting closer, bro. So that was just another reason for me to get right, man. Continue in this fight, continue in this truth, continue to have faith, continue, to do good works, continue, to prepare, man. Prepare. We have to prepare, man, more spiritually than ever. It's good that you're working out. It's good that you're getting your body right. It's good that you're getting your mind right. But we have to prepare spiritually for what's getting ready to go down. Because I think that a lot of people just take it as if Muggs is just talking. It's not all of these people speaking out all of a sudden for no reason. But a lot of times, bro, people don't want to listen. They want it to stay the same. They don't want to change. They don't want to get ready. They want to keep doing what they're doing. They want to keep staying distracted by the things of this world and sports and women and social media and all of that stuff. But listen, bro, that's how you get caught slipping. That's how you're going to get caught with your crown off, with somebody you didn't allow this world to take your crown. And then next thing you know, Yeshua here, and listen, you didn't been messing all the way up. You ain't repented for nothing. You ain't prayed. You ain't fasted. You ain't prepared. And now look, bro, you scared. We all gonna be frightened when he come and when all of these things start unfolding. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna be for long, because we still gonna have an inner peace. And that's what we working hard for, to have that inner peace that the Most High provides you. Because what happened to our flesh doesn't matter. What matters is what's going to happen with our soul. So what are you going to sow into? You going to follow the Most High, who has control over your soul, or you going to follow this world? You know what I'm saying? That only could kill the flesh. I think I'm going to listen to the one that has control over my soul, where it's going to be for eternity. And he telling us to get ready. He telling us to get our spirit right. He telling us to repent. He telling us to pray. He telling us to turn from our wicked ways. He telling us to come out of sin, come out of Babylon. Because what do the scriptures say? What do the scriptures say? If you listen, come out of her. And if you don't come out of Babylon, guess what you will do? You will take on her plagues. And we see that happening a lot. You know, so that's why the Most High is pulling us out of this world. That's why we are the set apart. That's why we are the anointed. That's why we are the chosen. You know, that's why the Most High told us in Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art an holy people unto Yahuwah Elohika. Yahuwah Elohika hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Okay? You know, so understand, bro. And this is for my brothers and sisters, my melanated Yasharel brothers, you know, the house of Jacob, the tribe of Judah. He said that he is going to start with his house first. He is going to start with his house first. We will be the first to be judged. And we will only be a remnant. It's not going to be many of us. Listen, I got to do whatever it takes to get in. I don't care how. I just want to get one big toe into the land. I ain't trying to go with this world's plan that's going to be getting thrown up in the lake of fire. I ain't trying to go there with Satan now, because that's where they going. That's where everyone that chose to sow into the flesh and not the spirit going. That's where the ones who chose to stay in wickedness and stay in sin is going. Those were the ones going that chose to turn away. That's where they going. Because understand, the scripture tells us that it doesn't matter how much good you've done in your life. If you choose to do bad and turn away in the end, all of that get erased. And vice versa. No matter how much bad you did throughout your life, if you choose the path of righteousness and turn from those wicked ways, those things that you've done in your past will be forgotten. So the time is now, bro. All right? And that's my word, man. My name's Sinn. It's Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.